What's up guys and welcome back to On the Brick with another minifig showcase. Before we get into the minifigure, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for 3,000 subscribers. That is just absolutely incredible. Thank you all so much for your continued support, and there will be a giveaway relatively soon. And if you didn't notice, today is June 6th. So as a thank you for 3,000 and because of the date, I am now having a 10% discount on all items in my store throughout the entire week. The discount is applied automatically, and that is to any purchase, so make sure you go ahead and check it out. Link is in the description down below. Today's minifigure is Ahsoka Tano. This is the Mandalorian version, which comes from Minifig Madness. If you watched my review specifically about Minifig Madness, this may look a little familiar. If you're watching this series or watching this video, then I don't need to tell you who Ahsoka Tano is. You probably already know. And just in case, I'm not really going to say anything about her appearance in The Mandalorian, but I will tell you there's going to be a slight spoiler from Season 2 at the end of this video, just in case you haven't seen it yet. So instead, let me tell you that this minifigure's design aside, I don't actually like this look of Ahsoka. In fact, and I know some people aren't going to be happy with me saying this, I don't like this version of Ahsoka at all. Rosario Dawson played her wonderfully, and the episode she was in was perfectly fine. That's not what I'm saying at all. But as someone who grew up watching Ahsoka over 6 seasons of the Clone Wars, because she wasn't in one, and 2 seasons of Rebels, along with a book specifically about her, this character in The Mandalorian was not the Ahsoka that I came to know. And if you liked her, that's perfectly fine, of course. I mean, I enjoyed the character on screen, I just had a hard time actually seeing her as Ahsoka. Though I'm sure the more I see of her, the more I will grow to like her. The printing on this minifigure is amazing. Seeing it here, I just think that this outfit is a little too dark for Ahsoka. Sure, Season 7 Clone Wars Ahsoka was also wearing a darker outfit, but it had bright spots. This is just black and dark. But again, that aside, Minifig Madness actually did a really good job with this design and with the printing of it. There's a lot of intricate details here. You can see the wrinkles in the fabric, you can see the belt. It's actually really well done. This is probably some of the best printing for an Ahsoka I've seen, with one exception we'll get to in just one second. There's printing on the hands, which is actually really cool. I actually had to go back and see, and apparently she's wearing something similar to Season 7, where it's like armor / a glove. There's also this gauntlet on her arm, which is a nice addition to see, as she did have those, but it's a little weird because it's covering up some printing underneath, which is doubly weird because as I was looking through again, I did not see any printing on these arms or gloves or whatever they are. But this does lead to the one problem I have with the printing of this figure, and that is the upper arms here / the side of the torso, where the orange printing of her body is extremely dark and doesn't really match. I believe this is a problem with the process of UV printing, because it's clear that the black areas were printed first and then the orange on top of that, making that extremely dark. And again, just to be clear, this isn't necessarily a problem with Minifig Madness specifically. However, I do have this other Ahsoka that happens to have dual molded arms or dual printed arms that look great. The back of Ahsoka is also highly detailed. I do love that Minifig Madness puts the attention to detail back there. You can see the rest of the belt, the curved torso, more wrinkles, even her shoulder areas. It's all back there. There's a lot of details in this figure. The printing and the details of this Ahsoka are just tremendous, and it is really awesome to see. Even if I'm not a fan of the actual design from the show, Minifig Madness did a fantastic job with this. This headpiece is a completely custom print from Minifig Madness as well. It is resin printed, which means the design on it had to be done by them, and I was wrong about the arms being the only part of the printing I wasn't okay with, because this headpiece as a whole kind of is lackluster. The actual shape and printing is awesome, I'm not complaining about that, but the print job on it is a little lackluster, where the blue stripes don't really work. Like, there's this random blue stripe on the side that is definitely not on Ahsoka's headpiece. There's also this headband across the front that should be lined up with the bottom of the headpiece so that it looks like it's sitting on Ahsoka's head. You can even see this in the renders of this minifigure, but instead it's not really close to that and is obviously off. But since we're up here, the head itself is also custom printed, and this is actually really cool. It's completely custom from Minifig Madness, and it does make Ahsoka look older, maybe a little too old with the wrinkles, but this is clearly an older Ahsoka than season 7 or anything. There is no alternative head, it is just this one side, and I think it looks good. But as you saw from the beginning, this figure also comes with 2 completely custom lightsabers. These are custom in a way unlike other places, as the entire thing is custom made and is meant to be a single piece. These are meant to match the look of Ahsoka's lightsabers with the white blades, and that little extra bit in the middle is so that the minifigure can hold on to it, so I don't mind that at all. But if you watched my Minifig Madness review, then you know that the larger of the 2 lightsabers came broken. When I opened up the package, it was already broken. And that's because these are extremely fragile and you want to be very, very careful with them. Aware of this, Minifig Madness did say that if one of them was broken, you could reach out to him and he would replace it. What he didn't say was that you also had to pay $3 to actually have that happen. So I did, but I also just I grabbed this plastic cement glue thing and I fixed the lightsaber myself. And then when the replacement lightsaber ended up not showing up, I just canceled that and got the $3 refunded. Now I already talked about this in my Minifig Madness review, but I'm going to cover it briefly here as well. I'm not actually okay with the fact that he was asking people to pay the $3 to replace it. First, this is a $60 minifigure. That is incredibly expensive for a minifigure, and anyone paying that should be expecting high quality, which for the most part was delivered, but if a lightsaber arrives broken, obviously that's not top quality. Nor is it the consumer's fault. If I received this in good condition, played with it, and then it broke, I could totally understand having to pay more for a replacement, and I would be fine with that. But when it's broken before I even open the package, I shouldn't have to pay for that. That is not my fault. But thankfully it was an easy fix anyway. I don't know if this is a figure that Minifig Madness will restock, but if he does, I would definitely still recommend it. It's an incredibly made minifigure. He's done a wonderful job with this. Even the flaws in the printing I can push aside, and the broken lightsaber, which while it did suck was a very easy fix. So overall I am pretty happy with how this minifigure itself is. I do have one from A-Star Bricks that I'm going to be showing off soon, but now, and this is where the spoilers are, I only have one question.
Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Am I the only one who thinks this Ahsoka isn't really that good? Again, the real version, not this LEGO version. Please do remember to like if you liked what you saw, and consider subscribing if you would want to see more. Again, thank you for 3,000, that is tremendous. A huge thank you to all of my patrons who have continued their awesome support, especially the people like Jonathan and Project Elements. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.